The National Tile Contractors Association is proud to announce that Frank Canto of Canto Tile and Stone in Tampa, Florida, is the recipient of the NTCA Tile Person of the Year for 2010. The Canto family has been associated with tile contracting for almost 80 years. Prior to World War II, his uncle Earl used the Canto name first, forming Canto Tile in the Jacksonville, Florida market. Another uncle, Paul Canto, formed Atlantic Tile, also in the Jacksonville area. It was here where Frank's father, John, learned the trade and became a dedicated tile contractor. In the early 1950s, Frank's dad formed Duval Tile in Jacksonville. He moved to Tampa in 1964 and began contracting under the new name of Hillsborough Tile. Frank learned the tile trade from his father and started going to jobs at the age of 15. He worked summers for his father, but did not originally intend to follow in his footsteps. He moved from Neptune Beach to Tampa in 1969 with plans to work for Delta Airlines. Already married with his 2-year-old son, John, Frank went to work for his dad at $2.50 an hour temporarily until the Delta position opened up. It never panned out because soon after, Delta stopped hiring and Frank's professional career was launched. At first, Frank was not enamored with the position as he adjusted to the physically draining aspects of learning the tile trade. But as he moved from helper to apprentice to mechanic and started to enjoy the tile work, the gratification, and saw that you could make a good living, it became an obsession. Frank worked for his father at Hillsborough Tile from 1969 to 1982. They specialized in custom commercial and residential tile work. Already a seasoned mechanic, Frank started to learn the business side. His younger brother Phil also came as a helper later and worked with Frank and his dad. He started as a tile setter, and eventually he entered the sales side of the industry. In fact, Phil and Frank started a marketing company in 1978, selling installation materials to about 30 Florida distributors and demonstrating the products to local contractors. They were promoting the new Easy Float or mud in a bag. They were not able to get the product patented, and other manufacturers started to market similar products. Frank went back to contracting, and Phil eventually sold the Easy Float business to Holman Cement Company. Easy Float products are still in production today. The brothers made a lot of contacts while working the Florida market, and even though the business did not continue, both Frank and Phil learned a lot, made many friends along the way, and met many tile industry icons such as Leon Sykes, Dave and Harold Yarborough, Kent Fleming, and the Watson, Mahoney, Doyle, and Olson families, to name just a few. Phil has remained active in the industry with Dependable Bagging Company for many years as the regional market manager for C-Cure in Florida. While Frank was selling installation materials, he met Nick Monty of Craig Tile in neighboring St. Petersburg, who asked him to join his growing contracting company. Frank's father was semi-retired and urged him to accept the position. So from 1982 until 2007, Frank worked for Craig Tile. With Craig Tile, Frank started as an estimator and over the years sharpened his skills in sales and project management. He bid the jobs, ran the jobs, and successfully completed many noteworthy projects. In his 25-plus years with Craig Tile, he was promoted to vice president and eventually president. Frank was always committed to training. In 1990, Frank helped the Gulf Coast chapter of Associated Builders and Contractors launch a federally approved tile apprenticeship course. They had this going pretty strong in South Florida, where Harold Yarborough of D&B Tile Distributors was involved and was instrumental in assisting the Tampa venture. The Tampa apprenticeship program ran for 5 years, but could not maintain the minimum students required each year thereafter. Frank remained active in ABC and served as chairman for a term in 2007 and was on their board of directors and executive committee. Frank was also board member of the American Subcontractors Association's Tampa chapter. In the early days of his career, Frank read all the NTCA tile letters he could borrow from the local Dal Tile. He got to know about the NTCA, and when Joe Tarver did a workshop in Tampa, he got hooked. He actually had signed up his father's company, Hillsborough Tile, as a member of the NTCA and got Craig Tile involved to join when he came on board there. Frank became a regional director in the late 90s and served 4 years in that function. He was recruited by the legendary Virgil Smith to be on the technical committee. He was asked to join the NTCA Executive Committee in 2002, and he served as president of the NTCA from 2006 through 2008, and chairman of the board from 2008 through 2010. His From the President letters in Tile Letter were some of the most popular ever published. He formed Canto Tile and Stone in 2007. His lovely wife Linda is in the business with him, and his son John and his daughter Natalie are all working in the family business now. Still does high-end commercial and residential tile and stone. In 2009, Frank's company, Canto Tile and Stone, was awarded the prestigious NTCA 5-star contractor status, one of only 18 NTCA contractors to date to do so. And in 2010, Frank was recognized as an NTCA recognized industry consultant, again passing a rigid set of criteria set forth by the association to honor industry experts for job site investigation and reporting. Frank is well known in the Tampa area as well as the NTCA, and has always been more than willing to share his knowledge and expertise with the industry. He is one of the most popular contractors to have ever been involved with the association, a true tile contractor. The National Tile Contractors Association is extremely proud of this most deserving recipient.